What's your name and where you from?
Yeah, Eric Morgan. I'm from Centerville, Virginia, out there by DC area. So yeah, 47 years old.
Awesome, awesome. And Eric, let's just kind of start with before joining,
Yeah.
right? This is our 9 week
Mhm.
interview. And
Yep.
I guess, man, how was your performances, speed before joining the program?
Honestly, it was trash. I was not happy with where I was at. It's kind of thing where you train and I didn't see any results. I'm training too
Mhm.
hard not to be putting out output that I should be doing. Then
Mm.
that's how people that I used to beat start beating me. I'm like, well, this is something's amiss. So I said, you know what?
What were some of the specific struggles you were facing, with your training or maybe competition preparation and kind of just, those struggles that you were, were facing?
Yeah, so I'm like on the 400, I would get out in the first like I go first eight. I get out there hard, kind of maintain the backstretch, and I get to about 200 mark, feeling pretty good, and then start to like really the next two hammer home, and like there was no gears. I was
Mhm.
I might have been burning quicksand because I would sit there and I just I would just blow up like at the
Yeah.
last 150. I'm like, this is not the way to. I mean, in my mind, I knew how to run it, but like my body was not able to do the things I wanted to do.
How did it make you feel to come to those conclusions?
It really wasn't a hard choice because just seeing where I would scroll about the competition, how they're doing it, nationals and stuff like that. I'm like,
Mhm.
and I see the times. I'm like, everyone's times, hey, you got older, still getting faster. I'm like, wow, these guys.
Yeah.
So it's not a thing where you can't get faster getting older. That's a misnomer. You can still be get faster, but you just have to do the right thing. I said, and I think everybody there. I was talking to folks who go, yeah, and I say, well, my coach is this, my coach. I'm like, everyone got coaches, and they're beating you, and you're the one idiot. Well,
What were you unable to achieve that you kind of wish that you could?
I think I guess I couldn't achieve for me the top thing was probably acceleration. I couldn't find that I still love the sport, but I was like times I'd be like what oh it's Saturday I should probably work out today. I'll go out there, but I'm not gonna give the top effort. And then once you start doing taking little shortcuts here and there,
Yeah.
you got all right that when I go I sat down one day myself. I sat there at a track. I'm like, either you're gonna do this or we're gonna stop doing it.
What was the impact that had maybe on your confidence, your performance?
Find it.
Mhm.
So I don't want that. Like I don't want people saying like, oh, I saw you, man. You didn't look very good. So I didn't want that kind of on tape situation. So I was like definitely I was like try to keep it masked to myself, but it just didn't sit well with me on
Mhm.
any sort of fashion. And so then I started, all right, I got to train harder. But then but I wasn't training smarter. So I would do more.
Yeah.
I would do more stuff. Then I'm like, all right, but why am I again? I get to to a big meet. And I'm like, why am I? I go, I tapered, but I'm still gassed.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be. If I'm tapering, I should feel pretty much brand new, but I don't.
Mhm.
So all right. Then you go online, see, I follow this guy, see what he does, see
Mhm.
what he do. But you're taking stuff from a variety of people, and you don't know what they're being. You don't know what they've been. That's fine for them.
How'd you even, find out about, what we do at Protect the Dream?
Yeah, so I was on Instagram and I was just scrolling through and I saw one of your videos like, all right, I mean, because videos talk about. I was like, and you say, so I start talking about what you're doing. I'm like, all right, this is so I start followed you and I started looking at the more videos. I was like, all right, every day pop up a new video about what's going on and like all this stuff. I'm like, I kept scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I'm like, and then I saw the school link, the DMU and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, all right. So I'm like, all right. I knew at that point I was I was putting my toe in the water.
Hmm.
I was like, I'm following it. I'm liking it. What he's saying, I vibe with it. I'm like, so all right. I'm like, all right. So I'm sitting there. I say, if there's I know it's to be cost, but whatever it's going to cost, it's going to take. I'm not be in because I knew that if I do my research before I even talk to you a little bit, start figure out what your history, your background goes. I'm already in. I'm
Hmm.
just by mentally I'm there. I just gotta say say just hit.
What were your thoughts, as you went through the process of like learning about the program, maybe doing research on me, I guess. What was that process like?
Yeah, it was. it's like anything you put behind, anything, any process you try to get involved with, whether it's sports, finance, whatever, you need to do your research. And so
Hmm.
the problem with the internet is, man, there's so many people out there who just they get a podcast, they got a blog, then they spit stuff that's it, it could be BS, it could be true. You just don't know. So I mean,
Hmm.
it's the greatest time in the world to have a voice, but also it's the worst time because people who shouldn't be talking are the loudest ones in the room.
Yeah.
There's oh yeah, and so I said, you know what, let me go back here. I said, so I researched you. I said, you know what, runner, you're about teaching, about giving people, opportunities to get better. I'm like, you know what, that's what I'm all about myself. So it was like,
Mhm.
it wasn't a hard process to make the choice. Like
And I guess what were some of your biggest doubts or fears?
the biggest fear was that even if I did have a coach and I had all the support and everything I need, I still didn't get it done.
Mm.
That had been like, then it's like, all right,
Yeah.
before you didn't have a coach, you didn't get it done. Fine, cool. So
Hmm.
throw that away. Now you got the support you need. That they got everything pretty much outlined for you. All you do is the hard part, just do it. And
Hmm.
then I had that, and I didn't race well. But I go, shoot, maybe I'm washed up. Maybe I
Yeah.
need to do something else.
So what made you, say yes anyways then?
I just the self doubt was obviously high, but the fact of not trying was even more of an issue. Like I didn't
Mm.
try, no succeed. You know what? That's like
Yeah.
I'm you did everything. You just couldn't get where you want to be. There's no shame in that.
Yep.
There's a huge shame with not even getting to the blocks.
Yeah.
You didn't want that smoke. You go, well, I'm gonna sit here and be a sideline person. Oh, he's slow. Well, he's out there and you're on the sideline.
Yeah. It's easy
So
from the sideline.
yeah, I hate the Monday morning quarterbacks. Well, he threw that pick. Well, at that point in time, he saw there was the defender. He saw there was.
And where are your performances now?
Man, I'm sitting here seeing times I ain't seen in a while. So I'm happy. Like even with
Mhm.
like I've never been a good starter in my life, and that's just all true transparency. But I could just feel like this the strides I've made in the last 9 weeks have definitely made me like just like, oh, this is how this is supposed to feel and how it's supposed to
Mhm.
look and so forth. So I'm definitely confident. And like I said, even doing I think we did the 8x200 like a couple weeks ago
Mhm.
out there, like and said
It's a
like
tough one.
yeah, well, no doubt. And it's like it was 85%. And even my 85%, I was out there in rep 7, 8. All right, let's see.
So I guess how does that make you feel?
Oh man, it feels great because it shows first thing I made the right choice
Mhm.
because with a new program plan, you go two directions, great
Mhm.
or terrible. And so then
Yeah.
and so all right, I made a good choice. I felt when I first made it, then I'm seeing the results. So it confirmed my first inclination that I made the right decision. Then I'm looking forward to meets. Like I'm like, all
Mhm.
right, all right, what we got coming up in the next few weeks and stuff like that. So I'm definitely looking at that. And then I see like,
What could you do now that maybe that you didn't think you could do before?
I remember I was at a workout and this high school kid goes, hey, let's get out there and do some reps. He
Mhm.
about soft rounding how he was, and like he thought he's gonna give me that work. And we
Yeah.
and he goes, we started running. He's like, he looked back where I'm right there, and like we did the set. And he's like, we did like it was like 6x200 out of the pace was. I let him lead the pace. I'll go, hey, you lead. I'll follow your pace,
Mhm.
and thing. And so we got done, and he's like, hey, he did like four. He goes, now I'm cooked. I'm good. He goes, all right, I did two more, and he goes, hey man, he goes, how old are you? I'm like, oh, I'm 47. He like his mouth like hit the ground. He said, man, I'm only 16. You're here cooking me. I'm like, yeah, man. He goes, you just gotta put in that work. I said, age is a number, but
What unexpected or positive things has this had on your dynamics, personal goals, relationships? What are some of the unexpected benefits that came from this?
Yeah, just I guess to be honest, the first thing is the increased confidence again. Just you take what you do on the track, you take it into the boardroom, take it to
Mhm.
your personal life and stuff like that. So everything is like just like in the move, like you're saying, when you're performing well, like man, like they said, the food tastes better. Everything
Yeah.
I go, I mean, I had these bad races, man. Like I go to my best restaurant. I go, man, goes. I know it's the food is right. It's just I just don't taste like it should because you're just not in that mental where you're like everything is good. So like I mean, just
Mm.
more relaxed with my peoples, and so I mean everything around me, everybody I interact with goes, man, you seem like you're in a good place. I am in a good place, and like
Mhm.
with all the chaos going on in the world right now, I'm keeping that noise out. Like I own control things, my effort, my attitude. Other than that, like I got nothing in. These people do crazy stuff. That's on them. But I think just when I perform well at the track, it is everything else that I do seems to be even more positive than it was before. And so for that makes me like that's my thing right there. So that's a good.
Man, what would you tell somebody who's watching this right now and is
Mhm.
unsure about, taking their next step in their speed training, whether that be from, a self-limiting mindset or the fear of going in? Like, what would you tell somebody that's on the edge right now?
Yeah, you got to take the plunge, man. I think first off for this the speed portion, you're gonna get top tier coaching. You're gonna get analysis, breakdowns of stuff that you would never imagine seeing. Like I remember you talking about with the foot angles and the pushing off, and I go, oh, stuff I know I should know, but like if you see it like broken down at the way you do it, like that right there is worth his weight in gold right there. That right there is worth the whole program right there because you get to see the ground react time, the shin angle, how the triple flexion, like all these things like that you see in like the stuff I hear you say, I'm listening to other podcasts and people are saying this quote you like verbatim.